102, verses 13. Thou shalt arise and have mercy upon Zion, for the time, the month, the year, the hour, the minute, the second, to favor Zion. He said the time has come. Last week, Friday, I told you, or I doled out to you, the position of favor. I explained intensively what favor stands for. I told you favor is when a vulture begins to teach an eagle how to fly. I told you favor is God breaking palm kernel with raw egg just to disgrace the stone. I told you favor is God rewarding the unrewarded labor of man. I told you favor is the flavor that adds savor to your labor. I told you favor is God fetching water with basket just to disgrace the bucket. I told you what favor stands for. But ladies and gentlemen, today I will continue from where I stopped last week. And this is favor and flavor part 2. As you are hearing the sound of my voice, you shall be lifted by favor. You shall be promoted by favor. You will get married by favor. You will get that contract by favor. You will travel abroad by favor. You shall be chosen by favor. If your amen is ladder, you will swim in the ocean of favor. Sit on the head of your enemy. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever that is being traced by your effort, by your ability, by your intellectual prowess, is not a product of favor. Any success that is traceable to your effort, traceable to your ability, traceable to your technical know-how, is not a product of favor. Because favor comes when your strength had tried its quota and failed. Favor comes when your intellectual prowess, when your professionalism had all tried their quota and failed. In the book of Luke, chapter 5, Peter was a professional fisherman. He went to fish and he was doing what he knew how to do. He was the right man doing the right thing at the right time and at the right place. But because he didn't have the aura of favor, he tried his strength, his professionalism, his expertise, and failed. Now, the best time to fish is at night. How come he was doing the right thing at the right place but could not carry result? Because he was wearing the aura of disfavor until Jesus showed up. So anytime Jesus shows up, or anytime God visits your neighbor, it means God is in your neighborhood. So as you are hearing the sound of my voice, while God is busy making people billionaires, while God is busy giving people good jobs, while God is busy giving people marriages, wedding rings, this December, you shall not be exempted. Peter began to toil. He began to toil. He began to toil. The Bible recorded that Peter toiled all night. Now, when he had already toiled and was washing his net, in other words, he had already accepted defeat. PhD in fishery. He applied his wisdom in no work. He applied his professionalism, he failed. until Favour himself, Jesus Christ, appeared. As I am talking to you now, Jesus is passing by. And don't let him pass by without touching the hem of his garment. As he is passing by, he is seeing you. As he sees you, he will change your story. If your amen is louder, God will change your story. Jehovah will change your situation. Today I'm going to tell you one thing about Favour. Favour is divine perfume which no other can quench. Favour is divine attractability. Favour is divine connectability. Favour is divine collectability and divine money ability. Sir, favour is not earned by your masculinity. Favour is not earned by femininity. Favour is not earned by your conspicuousness. Favour is earned by grace. What is grace? Grace is God's almightiness invading our human helplessness. Are you here under the sound of my voice? You are stranded, you are frustrated, you are helpless, you are frustrated, you are homeless, you are jobless. And you are here this morning, you have prayed, you have fasted, and it looks as if your answers are far. You have wet your pillows with tears, and you've been asking God, when will you change my story? When will I get married? When will I have a child? When will I get a job? When will I get this visa? When will I be healed? When will my life turn around? You have sown your seed, yet nothing is happening. You have given offering, yet you are still suffering. You have paid your tithe, yet in a tight corner. You have paid your dues, yet you have not entered your due season. If you stand up and shout amen, you will enter your due season. Mordecai was wearing the aura of this favor because he was left at the gate even when he saved the king's life. Somebody overheard people discussing about the King Ahasuerus' assassination. They were discussing about how to kill the king, and the gateman overheard them. When the gateman overheard them, gateman went and told the king, "Sir, this is what is happening. See the plot against you. They want to kill you." King said, "Eh? See what the king do? Stand up." He said, "Mordecai, you have saved the king. Wow, wonderful. God bless you. Oh yeah, go back to the gate." Not your portion. It's not your portion, no. But I'm just describing the scenario. Person will help king. Where do for king? Waiting in money no fit do for him. The king would have been assassinated and forgotten. But the gateman saved the king. Instead of the king to enthrone him, help him, surprise him, at least elevate him from gateman to at least make him enter palace. You know the enter palace is always at the gate, opening gate for people to enter palace, but you know to go palace. People where they palace no save king, now the one where they gate. And as king see him, king no promoter. King he tell him, "Oh yeah, thank God, oh, you help the king go. Mordecai, God bless you." Hey, many of you, when you work for people, they tell you thank you, only thank you. Today, I declare favor will speak for you. King told him, "You have helped the king. Fine. Go back to the gate." I believe Mordecai began to pray. Say, "God, take away this favor from me." Say, "God, I am tired of this labor. Put upon me the garment of favor." And as he was praying, God heard. As you are here under the sound of my voice, you have been praying for favor to come. You have been praying for children to come. You have been praying for husband to come. You have been praying for a good job to come. And it looks as if the answer is far. If your amen is louder, receive your answer. Receive your answer. As he began to pray, God heard. As God heard him, the Bible recorded that God disturbed the king. The Bible said at that night, king no sleep. He no sleep because of gate man. But he don't abandon our sins or forget them. But as the gate man prayed, God carried him and put in the dream of the king. It is favor that carries you and put in the dream of your helper. If your amen is like that, I carry you, I put you in the dream of your helper. As I'm talking to you now, even the color of your skin is changing. Just check them, it don't change. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bible recorded that night, king lost his sleep. King lost his rest. King lost his peace. Why? Because of gate man. For what? You that people have given up on. You that people have concluded. After today, you shall dine with the kings. You shall dine with the kings. I put you in the sleep, in the dream of your helper. I move you from a gate man to a manager. As the king no sleep, he no sleep. He see him for dream. He say na lie. Maybe I don't know what's happening. He close eye again. He see Mordecai here. He close eye one sleep. He see Mordecai. So this gate man now. Wow. As he became restless, he remembered there was a time this gate man saved him. But before I forget, there are many of you under the sound of my when you help people, people forget. When you help people, they forget. Anybody you helped that had forgotten, that has the key to your next level, if you stand up and shout them, they will remember you. Ladies and gentlemen, the king remembered. After today, 302 of you, under the influence of my son, you shall be remembered. You shall be remembered. Your family shall be remembered. King remembered that once upon a time the gate man saved his life, and the king sent for the book of Chronicles. The book of Chronicle is the book of remembrance. When we say if anything happened, then go record them in the palace. Anything, any remarkable thing will happen, then go record them, write dates. But that time, they open them, but then they flip past Mordecai's page. They remember others, but they don't remember Mordecai. But that night, God carried Mordecai, put in the sleep of King Ahasuerus. Say, remember this boy, remember this boy, remember. Today, even president will remember you. The people that are supposed to help you, whether they know you or not, I command them to remember you. I command them to remember you. As they remember you, they shall favor you. In the name of Jesus. He said, bring the book of Chronicles. When the book of remembrance was opened, the king now saw so dates. Mordecai saved the king from assassination. That was how Mordecai was promoted from a gate man to a manager. As you are hearing the sound of my voice now, under 2 working days, the people who know you before not gonna know you again. Now, favor is a protocol breaker. Favor, they break protocol. Say, no, door don't close, or we can't take anyone. They see you, okay, that one, that's only her, come. Have you seen what happened? If they break protocol anyhow, they don't lock the door. This door cannot be opened. Who says so? From the higher authority. They come see your face. Say, okay. See that one. Among the crowd, 2,000 people. See that lady. See that woman where we are red. That man where we are tie, blue tie. Nayan, bring her. If you shout amen, you shall be the chosen one. You are the chosen one. Now, Favour is a protocol breaker. John 14 verse 6. Jesus said, I am the way. I am the truth. I am the life. So, in other words, the only access to Favour is through Jesus. And Jesus himself is also a protocol breaker. When I mean protocol breaker, law breaker. He broke the law of physics. He walked on water. He broke the law of chemistry. He turned water to wine. He broke the law of economics called diminishing returns. He fed the multitude with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes. He broke the law of biology called reproduction. He came out of a virgin. He broke the law of the grave. He died and rose again. He broke the law of life and death. He died and resurrected on the 3rd day. So Jesus is a protocol breaker. As you are hearing the sound of my voice, any satanic protocol in your family, any satanic law in the history of your foundation, that people will not get to 50 and above, any satanic law protocol in the history of your foundation, young ladies will marry but they will not have children. Say young ladies will be beautiful but they will not be married. Say when you travel you will return empty-handed. Every satanic law is hereby abolished by fire. I went ahead to enumerate how to provoke or stir Favour. How to stir Favour. How to provoke Favour. I told you number 1 was what? That's it. That's it. Always come with your writing pad, please. I told you pride is the opposite of what? You know, there are people who fight their helpers. Person go see say this person big person, and if he help him out of pride come the fighting boss. Yes, now pride is the foolishness is the mother of pride. So when you are foolish, that is when pride comes. Pride brings foolishness to a man. How can you look at your boss and start fighting your boss? Somebody that can help you. Nobody wants to help an arrogant person. I don't know possible. Nobody will be propelled to help or assist an arrogant man. Anytime your life is void of Favour, it might not be spiritual. Check well. Pride may be dealing with you subtly. Nobody in his right senses wants to help an arrogant man. While Saul was messed up by pride, David was made up by Favour. As you are busy messing up, somebody is busy warming up. I told you last week that when pride enters you, your head goes big. And when your head goes big, your crown can no longer fit. And when the crown can't fit, the crown falls. Pride is like a wild animal. If not tamed, will tear you apart. I also told you that success is more difficult to handle than poverty. Because every poor man is a humble man. The scepter, the throne, was not supposed to leave the tribe of Benjamin. But because of pride, Saul lost that throne. The scepter left the tribe of Benjamin and landed in the tribe of Judah. Now, out of pride, Saul robbed his descendants of throne. Because it was not the will of God for the scepter to leave the tribe of Benjamin. But Saul robbed his generation of that throne out of pride. May pride not rob you of your throne. It was humility that made Ruth follow Naomi. If she was not humble, she wouldn't have followed Naomi. Even in her lowly state, even in her catastrophic and despondent situation, Ruth followed Naomi. Despite her all sorts of humility that can make a woman do that. Her fellow Lady Oprah left. Probably she went to look for other rich men in the land of Moab. But out of humility, Ruth said to Naomi, where you go, I will go. Your people shall be my people. Where you lodge, I lodge. Even when the woman had no 1 naira in her pocket. Even when the woman had no food to eat. But because she was humble enough to follow, she found her Boaz. There is always a payday. There is intrinsic value in humility. She followed until she found her Boaz. As you are hearing the sound of my voice, every humble man, every humble woman, I'm not talking to the arrogant ones. May God settle the humble. May God lift the humble. In the name of Jesus. It is pride that will make a man sees his pregnant wife with a baby on her back and load. And the woman carrying load. It is arrogant that will make the man not to help the woman as a result of what people will say. Because an arrogant man is always interested in what people will say and not what God says. Anytime when people, not what God says, but what people will say. They go think say I be weakly. They go think say I no be man. They go think say I know be man. I'm not man enough or so. Why will I help her carry this? People are watching me. Why will I help her carry handbag? You are an arrogant man. Why will I open car door for her? You are an arrogant man. It is. A second. But that's true. That's true. You see your wife carry heavy load. You can't help her. It is arrogance that will make a man go to farm with his wife. After harvesting cassava, will carry the bag, heavy load of cassava bag, and put on the wife's head. And be walking behind her like local government chairman. But this is true. This part of the world. Now so, carry the big cassava, and a woman will carry cassava for you. basin of cassava or bag of cassava. Say, no be say we dey do am, na so we dey do am. Our great grandfathers. You are arrogant. Then the woman will carry the bag of cassava with belly or with baby on her back. She'll be going. The man will be coming behind her with cutlass, chasing imaginary flies. You know that for Bible. So leave that your tradition. It will not help you. Now, it is pride that will make a man see his wife return from saloon with her newly done hair. The woman will flaunt the hair, touch the hair, pass am 2 times, 5 times. He knows, tell him, honey, you are beautiful. It's pride. Because now she made the hair for. She goes saloon, waste 2 hours, 3 hours, or 5 hours. You didn't compliment her. All pride. When your wife returns from saloon, all the Kwanoma is very courteous. Honey, your hair is beautiful. Whether the hair not fine or not. Your hair is beautiful. Wow, you look stunning. You look different. It won't take anything from you. It is pride that will make you become like Obiapo local government. Do like you know see her. It is pride that will make you, after eating your wife's food, despite the stress the woman goes through, she goes to the kitchen, she prepares you food, she serves you food. After eating, you cross your leg, reading newspaper. And you will tell her, thank you. Whether you brought the money or not, it is courteous to say thank you. It will not take anything from you. You sit down like a retired native doctor. Pride. May God help you. So, not be me bring the money. And so, may God settle you and take away the garment of pride from you. Some people, they're guilty. Number 2, we are going to be talking about service. Somebody shall service. Shall service. We are saved to serve. Service is not limited to humanitarian aid as being deciphered and perceived by different folks. Life is not all about self. Life is all about service. Impact is more superior than income. A lot of people chase after income before impact. It doesn't work that way. Because life is not all about self. Life is all about service. The service we render to our generation, one man said, is the rent we pay for living on earth. Yeah. The service you render to your neighbor, the service you render to somebody that is helpless. Service is of an imperative necessity. If you are not service oriented, you are not fulfilling the purpose of creation. Saul stumbled into his throne on the altar of service. When his father's donkeys got missing, he went in search of the donkeys. As he was busy searching, he stumbled into his throne. I don't have to explain because of time. Service is key. David got promoted on the altar of service. When the scepter left the tribe of Benjamin, the scepter landed in the tribe of Judah. And God said to Samuel, I have found myself a king in the house of Jesse. Where was David? In the bush. Service. So if you are serving, service has the capacity, the temerity, the effrontery, the brutality and rascality to pull you from the back lane to the front lane. When Samuel landed in the house of Jesse, he said, let me see all your sons. All of them lined up. Ha. See the first son, Eliab. Eliab looked it with his shoulders high. Very tall. Samuel wanted to pour the oil. God said, no, I have not chosen him. He want to pour the other one. He said, no, I have not chosen him. All of them, he said, no, I have not chosen this one. And Samuel asked, are these all your children? Jesse said, there is one in the bush. What in that one they do? Service. You think nobody they see you? God they see you. All his sons were at home enjoying AC, but David was in the bush. So the work you do in the house of God and you feel nobody sees you, it doesn't even matter whether somebody sees you or not. You rather get the reward from God than reward from man. A certain woman, every day, this woman will come to church, not this place. This woman will come and clean the altar, clean the altar, and she was blind. She was always led to come to the altar, to clean the altar. Somebody will lead her. She will clean the altar with her blind eyes. She did it for a period of time. And one day, she wanted to step down from the altar. The water she used to clean the altar splashed on her face. And she began to see. Service. So people were even mocking her with this blind woman self. What did she always come here to do? But people will get eye clean altar now. Is she trying to show off? It doesn't matter. They will call you names so. They go mock you. If they never mock you, it not be God they serve. If they never call you names, it never starts. That means you know they do anything. They were mocking her, but she didn't give up. Anytime people start mocking you, you become the topic. It means you are about to be on top. Now, Angel Gabriel met Zachariah when he was serving in church like this. That was where Angel Gabriel met Zachariah and told him that his wife was going to conceive of a male child on the altar of service. Boaz found Ruth on the altar of service when she was gleaning. What does that mean? In a farm like this, just farm, like, let's assume this is farm. You know, during harvest, like corn, let's use corn. People they harvest corn. The ones where remain for ground, now root the pick for the farm of Boaz. Pick those one. After today, you will not lack. As people farm, harvest finish, you go come glean. Come they pick those ones, gather them so that herself and her mother-in-law, Naomi, can cook and eat. That was her bad. And Boaz was a rich man. On that altar of service, that was how she met Boaz. And Boaz married her. So you feel service is for servants. Abi? So many of you, you are too arrogant to serve. You cannot fulfill destiny or take over a successful leadership if you are not a worthy servant. So you think only poor people serve? Is that what you think? Yeah? No, now your nails no go gree you serve. Your lashes. You are too cocky. You are too big to serve, even in the house of God. Why will I come and sweep church? For what? Now me kill Jesus. No problem. But service is key to obtaining favor. How many of you know Joel Austin? This man, he had 4 elder brothers. The father was a pastor, and he was serving in the tape department. When the father finishes preaching, he will arrange the tapes, making sure the tapes are sold out. His father's voice is being heard all over the world and all of that. He was a worthy servant and a humble man, if you know him. Very humble. And also a servant, even as rich as he is. He's one of the best or richest pastors in America. Before his father died, God told the father, the person that will succeed you is Joel. Chineke. What about the 4 elder brothers? God said, now this one I have chosen. I have chosen this one. So after the father died, he took over. The father left the church at 15,000 members, but he has grown the church to 50,000 members. God found him on the altar of servitude, despite his position in the family. If you are a worthy servant, you must carry favor. Joseph became a prime minister on the altar of servitude. His father gave him meal. Go serve your brothers in the field. When he got to the field, his brothers sighted him from afar, and they conspired against him. They said, here cometh the dreamer. Let's kill him. The other person said, no, let's sell him. Now, if Joseph had not gone to serve his brothers wouldn't have sold him. If they had not sold him, he wouldn't have found himself in Potiphar's house. If he had not found himself in Potiphar's house, Potiphar's wife wouldn't have made advances on him. If Potiphar's wife didn't make advances on Joseph, he wouldn't have found himself in the prison. If he didn't find himself in the prison, he wouldn't have seen the people that dreamt. If he had not met them, he would have interpreted their dreams. If he had not interpreted their dreams, they wouldn't have gone to Pharaoh to tell Pharaoh about Joseph. If they had not told Pharaoh about Joseph, Pharaoh wouldn't have dreamt. If Pharaoh didn't dream, he wouldn't have sent for Joseph. If Pharaoh had not sent for Joseph, Joseph wouldn't have interpreted his dream. If he had not interpreted his dream, he wouldn't have been made the prime minister. This was a tedious process that landed him on the throne, but began on the altar of servitude. Stand on your feet. Lift up your two hands and shout, oh God, give me the spirit to serve. Shout, oh God, I am here to serve. I am in this world to serve my generation. Give me the spirit of a servant. Open your mouth and talk to God. Zagada bala bala bala. Legada bala bala bala. Ragada bala bala.
My heart the Lord has exalted. It teaches me